Irrigation Engineering, Unit 5, Water Management in Irrigation. Irrigation water management is the practice of monitoring and managing the rate, volume, and timing of water application according to the seasonal crop needs, giving consideration to the soil pH and water holding capacities. Irrigation management aims to indicators to determine the effectiveness of the irrigation practices, make good water management decisions, and justify making irrigation adjustment in existing systems. Irrigation management is important since moisture is free throughout the growing season. Irrigation is the artificial exploitation and distribution of water at project level aiming at application of water at field level to agricultural crops in seasons. Governing factors of irrigation management, water management, water user organizations, water pricing, water cost recovery, water user associations, water management. The most important physical elements of an irrigation project are land and water. In accordance with the property relationship of these elements, there are different types of water management. They are communal type, enterprise type, and utility type. Communal type. The land was often private or assigned by the village authorities to male or female farmers, but the water resources were in the hands of clans or communities who managed the water resources cooperatively. Enterprise type. The enterprise type of water management occurs large and owners or agricultural corporations, but also in centralized societies. Both the land and water resources are in one hand. Utility type. The utility type of water management occurs in areas where the land is owned by many, but the exploitation and distribution of the water resources are managed by organizations. Water Users Organization. The water management signifies a large subsidy on irrigation scheme. The exploitations of water resources via large storage dams that often provided electric power as well and diversion use normally remain the responsibility of the government mainly because environmental protections and safety issues were at stake. Water pricing or tariffs. Irrigation water as price by which the management cost must be covered. No tariff, the government assumes the cost. Tariff in labor hours, which holds mainly in communal type of management in traditional irrigation scheme. Yearly area traffic a fixed price per hectare per year. Cost recovery. The recovery of water charges may be below target because of the following reasons. The revenue accrued to your organization of the one responsible for the management. Farmer and water user have no say the water management. Lack of communications between the farmers and project managers. Water user associations. Water delivery principles. Rotational terms on demand. Preferential right. Protective duty. Water delivery practices. Pain in problems. Modernization techniques. Irrigation modernization is a process of technical and managerial upgrading of irrigation scheme combined with institutional reforms with the objectives to improve resource utilizations. Objectives of modernizations: increasing water productivity, increasing the cost effectiveness, increasing the reliability of irrigation delivers, increasing the flexibility of delivers, consideration of other uses of water, increased knowledge and human resources development, increasing water productivity. Irrigation is the largest water user and improvement of water use efficiency is expected from the irrigation sector. Increasing cost effectiveness. As funds for irrigations from the budgets during as the cost of irrigations is increasingly owned by in irrigation delivers. Farmers require a reliable water supply, increasing the flexibility of delivers. Flexibility is an important property of irrigation delivers. With a flexible service, users can intervene and supply water to crops whenever they think it is required. Consideration of other uses of water. Competition for water is increasing and modernization of irrigation cannot be undertaken without taking into account the uses of water in the catchment in terms of quantity as well as quality. Increasing knowledge and human resources development. Managers require reliable methodologies to analyze the main features of the irrigation system for water management and for canal operations. They need appropriate training and also links with applied research institutes which explore the test alternative solutions for water management and canal operations. Obstacles of modernization, technical gaps, financial constraints, social constraints, institutional constraints. These are all the obstacles of modernization. Rehabilitation, process improvement, modernization, or the improving irrigation water management methods. Optimization of water use. For irrigation can be achieved with proper irrigation. The major costs of increased energy use are associated with pipelines with engine and pump efficiency and well maintenance. Optimization of water use, improving irrigation efficiency. Use of a consistent method of irrigation scheduling can often reduce energy use by 30 to 70%. Irrigation scheduling system can ensure you are not under or over watering the crop. Water application technology. A canal or pond may serve as the irrigation water supply, a means of transferring the water from the sources to a root zone. Irrigation system can be broadly characterized as being pressurized or non-pressurized. Pressurized systems are those in which water is delivered through a pipe under pressure and discharged by one of the variety of different outlet designs, including sprinkler heads and drip emitters. Non-pressurized systems are those in which water is delivered and allowed to flow across the field. Water use efficiency and water conservation. Water use efficiency and water conservation are commonly used terms applied to irrigated agriculture. Water use efficiency is calculated by ratio of terms, which is then multiplied terms here 100 to report the efficiency as a percentage. A distinction between water use and water consumption is required to properly assess water conservation practices. Crop water production functions. Agricultural production is a business operation and irrigation management can be evaluated in context of the business. One definition of optimal irrigation management is that management which maximizes profits. The runoff water has economic implication that must be accounted for separately. Irrigation scheduling. Irrigation scheduling refers to the time, duration, and quantity of an irrigation. Although crop water protection functions provided the scientific and economic basis for optimizing irrigation, farmers do not have such complete detailed information available to guide their irrigation management using crop water productions. Traditionally, agricultural management concepts have been on achieve maximum yields. Crop production research was directed towards determining the treatment that provided maximum yield rather than establishing crop water production functions. The leaching requirement concept was established for irrigation with saline waters. The leaching requirement is defined as the leaching that results in maximum yield. Using water for higher monetary value. Economists suggest that water should be used for its higher monetary value. Water marketing is proposed as an option for stimulating transfer of water from agricultural to urban uses or from lower value to higher value uses, reducing seepage, leakage, percolation losses in irrigation. Technological measures to reduce seepage, leakage, and percolation losses in irrigation include the lining of canals and water courses and promoting modern irrigation technologies such as pipes, sprinkler, and drip irrigation systems. Minimizing water losses by using canal lining, low pressure pipe, sprinkler systems, and drip systems. Methods of improving economic use of water for irrigation. Unlimited water supply conditions, limited water supply conditions, growth stages of the crop. Unlimited water supply conditions, conservation of water, enhancement of crop growth. Limited water supply conditions, deep soil that have moderately high water holding capacities, use of drought resistant crops. Growth stages of the crop. Crop prone for seed or grain. Vegetables crops, fruit trees, tree plant irrigations. Precipitation needs to be considered for crop water requirements. Cultural practices need to be modified. On-farm development work. The maximum of agricultural productions depends upon the efficient management of irrigation water. Efficient farm water management, optimization of the water use and land use. Adopting the appropriate methods of water applications. On-farm development works comprise field channels for conveyance of water, control structures, crossings, surface drainage system, farm road, field channel protections work, land farming. Basis issue of general approach, systems approach, sequences of design and execution, functional utility, farmers participation, organizational coordinations, stages of on-farm development works. Part 1, cost estimates for water delivery system, field channel protections work, and surface drainage work. Part 2, cost estimates for land farming works for each holding. Participatory irrigation management. PIM refers involvement of farmers in project planning, development, and maintenance of irrigation schemes along with the government. Objectives of PIM to create a sense of ownership of water resources and irrigation system among the users so as to promote economy in water use and preservation of systems. To improve the service delivered through better operation and maintenance. To achieve optimum utilization of available resources through deliveries. To achieve equity in water distribution. To increase production per unit water where water is scarce. To increase production per unit of land where is adequate. Necessity of PIM. Imperative to increase the agricultural production to keep pace with the requirement. Increasing the existing reservoirs capacity and take up of new projects is causing serious financial and social problems. There is severe budgetary competition at the government level under different sectors. The ratio of financial outlay for the irrigation sector to the total outlay is coming down year after year. The cost is much higher than these recoverable irrigation charges as per present rate. Even these low rates are not being recovered in full. Often the cost of recovery of water charges by government is more than the amount recovered. In next class, we see about national water policy.